ለመማር ወደ ትምህርት ተቋም መሄድ ግድ አይደለም።
ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
ራሳችሁን ከኮሮና ቫይረስ ወረርሽኝ እየጠበቃችሁ በቤታችሁ ወይም በተመቻችሁ ቦታ
በኢንተርኔት አማካኝነት በኦንላይን ትምህርታችሁን መከታተል ይቻላል።
ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና
ከእንግሊዙ ኢንስቲትዩት ኦፍ ኮመርሻል ማኔጅመንት ICM ጋር በመተባበር የሚሰጡ ትምህርቶችን ተከታትላችሁ በ6 ወር ጊዜ በዓለም አቀፍ ደረጃ ተቀባይነት ያለውን የስልጠና ማስረጃ ባለቤት መሆን ይቻላል።
ከኢትዮጵያ ሲቪል አቪዬሽን ባለስልጣን ሙሉ ዕውቅና ባገኘንባቸው የፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን እና የሆስተስ ስልጠናም በምዝገባ ላይ ነን።
ጥያቄና መልስ፣ የክፍል ስራዎች ብሎም ፈተና መፈተን ክፍል ውስጥ እንዳላችሁ አይነት
ልምድ ባላቸው መምህራን እየተማራችሁ
በኦንላይን ባላችሁበት ቦታ
አድራሻ ከ22 ማዞሪያ ወደ ሾላ ገበያ በሚወስደው መንገድ 150 ሜትር ገባ ብሎ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ
የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ
ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።
Thank you. Okay, we can start our today's class. Okay, who's going to remind me what we discussed about last class?
Okay, in the last time we discussed about we discussed about reported speech and we classify them with direct and indirect speech. And direct speech refers to the actual words of the speaker. The indirect speech also it reports what has been said, and when we see the tense change in the direct and indirect speech.
Okay, I'm sorry. So wait.
Okay, when we see present continuous, it will be changed with an indirect with past continuous, and when we see simple present, it changes to the simple past, present perfect to past perfect, simple past to the past perfect, and simple future to the conditional. And we use also other expressions like, for example, if we say I, it was changed to he or she. If we say my to he or her, and when we say we, it was changed to they, our to their, tomorrow, the following day, next week, the following week, last week, the day before. And when we say also do not, it was changed to the not to. And we see we express also other we exercise more on this topic. It was that.
Okay, thanks so much, Eric. You have revised it in a very good way. Thank you. So, dear students, as Mr. Kasaon has explained now, last time we discussed about direct and indirect speech, and we saw some necessary changes, especially tense changes, pronouns, and time, right? And the time. And we did, I think, some exercise on that. And I think we have got also homework. I gave homework on direct and indirect speech. Okay, we can. I'm going to dictate you. I'm going to dictate you. Today we discuss about report writing, right? Our today's topic will be report writing. As much as possible, I will try to dictate you in a very slowly. So you are expected to write it, right? You are going to write what I dictate you. Report writing, new line. Report writing. Okay, report writing format. New line. Here are the main sections of. We have to speed up. Here are the main sections of the standard report writing. Here are the main sections of the standard report writing. Here are the main sections of the standard report writing. New line, new line number 1. New line number 1. Number 1, title section. Number 1, title section. Okay, you can make it slash. After you make slash, this includes the name of the authors. This includes the name of the author, or in brackets S, you put S, authors, okay, author or authors, singular and plural, and the date of report preparation, Number 2, summary. Number 2, summary. You can make slash argachu. There needs to be a summary. There needs to be a summary of the major points comma, conclusions, and recommendations. Full stop. It needs to be short as it's general. It needs to be short as it is general. It needs to be short as it is general. As it is a general overview of the report. As it is a general overview of the report. As it's a general overview of the report. Full stop. Some people will read. Some people will read the summary and only skim. Some people will read the summary. Some people will read the summary. Some people will read the summary and only skim. Skim spelling S-K-I-M. S-K-I-M. Skim. Some people will read the summary and only skim. S-K-I-M. Skim the report. Skim the report. Skim the report means to read something in detail, man, right? Skim the report, comma. So make sure you include. Make sure you include all the relevant information. All the relevant information. Full stop. It will be best to write. It will be best to write. It will be best to write it would be best to write this last. So you will include this last. So you will include everything. So you will include everything. So you will include everything. So you will include everything, comma, even the points that might be added, even the points that might be added, even the points that might be added at the last minute, even the points that might be added, at the last minute, full stop, Number 3, ሶስተኛ. If I see your pictureአችሁን ባይ ምናልባት መፍጠርና ለመፍጠርን ላክ ይችላል። actually now I am not looking at you, it was difficult to check that. አንዳንድ ተማሪዎች የምትችሉ ካላችሁ ፒክቸራችሁን ትብሉ የጨረሳችሁ ምስጨረሱ እንዳይዋት። እሺ number 3 introduction. Number 3 introduction. Number 3 introduction. Number 3 introduction. Very good. The tie very good. I can see you and Lydia Tadasa. Okay, so 3 introduction slash the first page of the report. 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 The first page of the report needs to have an introduction. Needs to have an introduction. By the way, dictation is one of a lesson. በቃል መጻፍ አንዱ ትምህርት ነው. Because as a language student, you have to be good at writing in dictation, right? It's one of part of the lesson. Okay, introduction. The first page of the report needs to have an introduction. Full stop. You will explain the problem. You will explain the problem. You will explain the problem. You will explain the problem and show the reader why. And show the reader why. And show the reader why. Latecomers, you can start from the place where you have joined, right? እኛ ከጀመር መስመር ቁጥራችሁ አሁን ከጀመርንበት መጀመር ይችላል። ሶስተኛ ላይ ነው ያለው latecomers. We are on number 3. We are writing, sorry, yeah, I'm dictating the students about report writing, right? Report writing format እየተማረ ነው። Dictation ላይ ነኝ። ሶስተኛ ላይ ነኝ። Number 3 introduction. Latecomers. Introduction. The first page of the report needs to have an introduction. Full stop. You will explain the problem and show the reader why the report is being made and why the report is being made and why the report is being made. Why the report is being made. And why the report is being made. Full stop. Full stop. You need to have, sorry, you need to give a definition of terms. You need to give a definition of terms. If you didn't include, this ማለት THESE, this the plural, this ማለት THESE, this include this in the title section. this in the title section. In the title section. In the title section, comma, and explain how the details of the reports are arranged. And explain how the details of the reports and explain how the details of the reports are arranged. The details of the reports are arranged. The details of the reports are arranged. Kasbiye malabulaችሁ ሁላችሁም እንድትጽፉ ነው። ኦኬ The details of the reports are arranged. Full stop. Full stop. Number 4, አራተኛ are arranged. Are arranged. Arranged. Number 4, arranged. Number 4, body. Number 4, body. Number 4, body. Slash, you can slash arguna. This is the main section of the reports. This is the main section of the reports. This is the main section of the reports. Full stop. Full stop. There needs to be several. There needs to be several. There needs to be several sections, comma. There needs to be several sections, comma. There needs to be several sections, comma, with each having a subtitle, comma, ብላችሁ with each having a subtitle. Very good. Okay. This is the main section of the report. There needs to be several sections, comma, with each having subtitle. Full stop. Information is usually arranged. Information is usually arranged. Is usually arranged.
Sir, subtitle ብሎ ምንድን ነው የሚለው?
Subtitle, full stop. Information is usually arranged. Information is usually arranged in order of importance. In order of importance. In order of importance. O and O na F ሲነበብ ኦፍ ነው የሚነበበው. Some people say off አይሆንም. ኦፍ የሚሆነው when it is double F off የሚሆነው double F ሲሆን ስለዚህ O na F it will be pronounced like of the sound of. ስለዚህ ኦፍ ስላችሁ ኦፍ ማለት ነው. ኦፍ ማለት ነው. It's okay. So in order of importance with the most important information coming first. With the most important information coming first. By the way, I did this one purposely, okay? ሁሌ ከፓወርፖይንት ብቻ እንትን ሳይሆን አንደኛው ስኪል ነው በቃል መጻፍ። ኦኬ ሆን ብዬ ነው ያደረኩት ማለት። ስለዚህ you have to ሁሌ መለማመድ አለባችሁ በቃል መጻፍ። ዲክቴሽን is very important. ኦኬ ስለዚህ እሺ information coming first. Importance with the most important information coming first. Full stop. Conclusion number 5. Conclusion number 5. Conclusion slash this is where everything comes together. Conclusion slash this is where everything comes together. This is where everything comes together. Full stop. Comes together. Full stop. comes together, full stop. Keep this section free of, keep this section free of, keep this section free of, keep this section free of jargon spelling, jargon spelling, Jargon. I repeat, jargon spelling, Jargon, jargon. Free of jargon, as most people will read the summary, as most people will read the summary and conclusion. As most people will read the summary and conclusion. As most people will read the summary and conclusion. Okay. This is Amstanyani. This is number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Number 6. Number 6. Yeah. Number 6. Recommendations. Number 6. Recommendations. Number 6. Recommendations. I'm going to finish actually. Recommendations slash recommendation slash. This includes information. Sorry. This is what needs to be done. Recommendation belachu. This is what needs to be done. Full stop. This is what needs to be done. Full stop. In plain English, plain means Plain. In plain English.
This includes information.
This is what needs to be done. Information alalkunko. Recommendations slash this is what needs to be done. Full stop. In plain English, plain means Plain. In plain English, ማለት in short ማለት ነው. In plain English, comma. Explain your recommendations in plain English. Explain your recommendations, comma, putting them in order of priority, comma, putting them in order of priority. In order of priority. Okay, the last ሰባተኛ ማለት ነው. The last number 7. Number 7, appendices, spelling APP, spelling APPENDICES, 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 slash arguna. This includes information. This includes information that the experts የፈጠንኩ አይመስለኝም ማለት I think it's good. That the experts in the field will read, full stop. Experts in the field will read, full stop, will read. full stop. It has all the technical details. It has all the technical details that support your conclusions. Full stop. That supports your conclusions. Full stop. Full stop. Note በሉና የመጨረሻ ከስር ኒው ላይን ኖት NOTE ከዛ አንደርላይን ኢት NOTE ኖት then you make slash dot dot slash dot dot slash. Remember that the information needs to be organized. Remember that the information needs to be organized. The information needs to be organized logically. Hermela شدو እሺ ልታይ ገብረስላሴ
አቤት
በጣም ጥሩ ነው።
አሪፍ ነው።
አንቺ ስለምታይ thank you. Okay, remember that the information needs to be organized logically with the most important information coming first. Needs to be organized logically.
Yes.
Logically with the most important information coming first. With the most important information coming first. Okay, let me explain this. This is the first time to dictate your Ganazari and Safkochi listening. Sometimes it's good, it's good. Because you will learn to take how to write by dictation, right? Okay, let me explain this. All right. ያልጻፈ ሰው ይኖራል ይደገምልኝ የሚል ሰው አለ? Is there any student who wants me to repeat a certain sentence?
አዎ ሚስተር አንደኛውና ሁለተኛውን አልጻፍኩም ይቅርታ።
እሺ አንደኛ number 1 ቶሎ ጻፊሽ number 1 title section / this includes the names of the author. Number 1 title section. I'm just explaining for one student, I think some students, latecomers. Title section, this includes the names of the authors and the date of report preparation. Summary, there needs to be a summary of the major points, conclusions and recommendations. Full stop. ከዚህ በኋላ ያለውን ፕሊስ እንትና ማናገርስ ማለት ጻፊ ከሌሎች ፕሊስ ሌት ካመርስ ሰዓት we are going to waste our time here, okay? Late comers who have joined the class lately, please try to copy from your friends, all right? ተጓደኞቻችሁ እንትን በሉ በኋላ ላይ ማለት Okay, let me go to how to explaining this one. Report writing format. This is our today's lesson. This is a very important lesson, by the way, because in the future, whether you will be a marketer, accountant, or hotel manager, especially for the management staffs, okay, especially hotel management, even for marketing, for all professionals, you will be expected to write a report. Yeah, so in all professions, you'll be expected what? To write report writing. So the reports have to balance with it. There's a report myself, right? In English. So now I'm going to explain to you this one. When you write a report, there are formats. There are standard formats, right? Because reports has to be formal or informal. Formal or informal? Formal or informal? Formal, right? Formal, because mostly you write for managers, for a person who is above you, right? All right. So these formats are here. The first is title section. Under title section, this includes the names of the author and the date of report preparation. Listen to me carefully, because I may give you assignments. Under title section, the names of the author. If it is one author, one. If it is more than two authors, right? And the date of reports preparations will be written. በታይትል ሴክሽን ስር ማለት ነው የኦተሩን ስም እና መቼ እንደተዘጋጀ ቀኑን እንጽፋለን ማለት where under title section. Number 2, summary. Summary, there needs to be a summary of the major points, conclusion, and recommendations. So under summary, as you know, you put the major points, right? The major points, the conclusions, and the recommendations. These three things have to be put under summary part, man. Under summary. Under summary part, it has to be very short. Okay, it is a general overview of the report, man. Under summary, you generalize, right? It is a general overview of the report, right? It's a general overview of the report. Because some people will read the summary and only skim the report. Summary ብዙ ጊዜ አንድ ሰው especially a person who has no time will directly focus to the summary, because when he or she reads the summary, he or she can get the main concept, the general view, opinion, idea of the reports, right? So it has to be very brief, because the readers may skim the report. Skim, what does it mean? Scanning and skimming. I think. Have you taken Communicative English 1 course? I think Lydia. Communicative English 1 structure. Lydia. Okay. What does it mean? What's the difference between scanning and skimming?
I think skimming is reading for getting a general idea or point of the text. But scanning is reading quickly in order to get a specific point of the text.
Is she right? Is Lydia right? I'm giving you a chance.
Yes, I think she.
Yeah, she's right.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's what you mean skimming. So skim the report. So make sure you include all the relevant information, my dear students. You have to include all the relevant informations under where? Under the summary one, because the readers may skim the report, right? Because you will understand the overview of the reports, man. It will be best to write this last, so you will include everything, even the point that might be added at the last minute. Every details, even that what you are going to add in the last minutes has to be included under summary parts. I think you have understood. So summary parts, it covers all these things, man, right? The other one is introduction. As you know, even last time we learned the time that I was explaining to you how to write a paragraph, we discussed about introduction. As you know, introduction means introducing, all right, the topic, right? To introduce. So here, here under reports, introductions, the first page of the report needs to have an introduction. The first page of the report needs to have an introduction. You will explain the problem and show the reader why the report is being made. It's a very important thing. Listen to me here very carefully. Under introduction line, you will explain the problem. Okay? You will explain the problem. You will explain the problem and show the reader why the report is being made. You will explain why is the report being made. The purpose, right? You will explain the introduction part, the problem, and again, why is the report is being made. ለምንድን ነው ሪፖርት ማድረጉ አስፈላጊ የሆነው የሚለውን ትገልጻላችሁ ማለት you will explain. Okay? You will explain this one. Is it clear? If you have a question, keep it. ያዙትና በኋላ ታገኛላችሁ. You will ask me later. The other one, you need to give a definition of terms if you didn't include this in the title sections. So you define some terms, right? Some terms have to be defined in the introduction part. And explain how the details of the reports are arranged. Is it clear? You will explain also how the reports are arranged. Details of the reports are arranged. Every details have to be explained in the introductory part, right? So the introduction part will include all these things what I have explained now. The other one is body. Body ማለት በአማርኛ ሀተታ ማለት ነው. I think if you remember when we learned about essay, under essay, especially in the body parts, there are 3 paragraphs, right? These 3 paragraphs will explain what have to be put as a case statement in the introduction part, right? Okay, so when you come to the body here, in the case of report writing, this is the main section of the reports. The main section of the reports. It has several sections, like essay, in the essay marathon, right? It has several sections, with each having a subtitle. The difference is, when you write a report, especially under body parts, as you know, the body part is the main section of the report. There are several sections. Under several sections, under each sections, there has to be subtitle, right? It has to have a subtitle under each sections. Where? Under the body parts, right? Under the body parts. Information usually arranged in order of importance, with the most important information coming first. This is very important one. The thing which is the most important, as you know, there is importance. There is in everything there is importance. So the most important information has to come first, man. Okay, when you write a report, especially in the body part, the informations which is most important has to come first, because to catch the reader's mind, man. Okay, or to give more emphasis, to emphasize more, to focus, as this one is much more important than the rest that I'm going to mention, right, in the next part. That's what it means. So the most important information, the other is conclusion. This is where everything comes together. Keep these sections free of jargon. Jargon, what does it mean? What does mean jargon? Jargon. Dictionary might look it up in dictionary if it is around you, and you can. Jargon, what does it mean? Any students?
Special words.
Special words.
Words or expressions that are used by professions or a group that are difficult words to understand.
Very good. What about the other students? Yeah, Lydia, I appreciate you. Very good. Okay, so that's what you mean. Jargon is a difficult word. It can be expressions. Yes, so do you have something to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
ጃርገን ወርድስ የምንላቸው የሆነ ስፔሻላይዝድ የሆኑ ወርዶች ሲሆኑ ኦንሊ ነው በተፈጠረበት አካባቢ ያሉ ሰዎች ብቻ የሚያውቁት ትርጉሙን ግሩፕ ኦፍ ፒፕል የተወሰነ ግሩፕ ኦፍ ፒፕል የሚያውቋቸው አይነት ስፔሻል የሆነ ወርድ ማለት ነው።
Thanks so much. በጣም ጥሩ ነው። Very good. So and Lydia. Well, these both students are very good at participation. Keep it up. Okay. Jargon means words or expressions, alright, idiomatic expressions, which will be mostly, used in a certain society, right? Is it clear? Words or expressions that will not be known by many people. Let me explain to you. This is a very important thing by the jargon. For instance, if I say to Hermela is imperturbable, right? Hermela is imperturbable. Suddenly, when I say Hermela is imperturbable and Hermela is careless, which one do you easily understand? The first or second sentence? The second, right? Maybe the word imperturbable is a new word for you, but careless is clear. The word careless is everybody's familiar with this word. So listen to me. The point here is when you write a report, try to use common words that people can easily understand, okay? Rather than using jargon, right? Okay? So that people can easily understand. There are words, this kind of words, familiar words, rather than using words which are a bit difficult. Is it clear? By the way, there is a saying, okay, using jargon or using difficult, unfamiliar expressions doesn't mean that the person is good at English or at report writing or at speaking. Is it clear? Even when you speak. So try to use common words so as to, because the purpose of writing a report is what? To explain things, right? So our readers have to understand what we are writing, right? What we are going to convey, the message that we convey, okay? That's why use common words rather than using jargon. Thank you. The other one is conclusion. Oh, sorry, conclusion. Conclusion, yeah. Okay. Jargon, as most people read, the summary and conclusion. The other is recommendation. Recommendations. This is what needs to be done. As you know, recommendation means what needs to be done. What is going to be done? What needs to be done will be explained under recommendations, right? This is very important section, by the way. After you write the report, so you have to write recommendations. By the recommendations also there in the research, maybe in the future if you do research. Okay. In plain English, explain your recommendations, putting them in order of priority. When I explained to you about body, the most important thing comes first. Is it clear? Under body. So again, when you come to recommendations, put your recommendations, okay, in order of priority, okay? In order to priority. You put in sequence one, okay? Sequence of priority. In the case of recommendations, right? The last is appendix. This includes information that the experts in the field will read. It has all the technical details that support your conclusions. Under appendix, it is the technical details which supports your conclusions. It supports your conclusion. At last, note remember that the information needs to be organized logically with the most important information coming first. Organize metaregut logically with the most important information coming first. So this is what we have seen is now the skeleton. Okay? I have given you, I think you have understood, okay, maybe a little about the formats of what? The formats of what? Report writings. Formatu ገብቷችኋል ብዬ አስባለሁ። አንዴ ልድገመው። Report writing formats, there is title section, there is a summary, there is an introduction, there is a body, there is a conclusion, there is a recommendations, there is appendix. This formats have to be available, right? Have to be used ማለት ነው። ኦኬ መጠቀም አለብን እነዚህ ማለት ነው። alright
በትምህርት ከፍ ብሎ መብረር ይቻላል። ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ከከፍተኛ ትምህርት አግባብነትና ጥራት ኤጀንሲ ሙሉ ዕውቅናን ባገኘንባቸው በማስተርስ ዲግሪ MBA በስትራቴጂክ ማኔጅመንት፣ MBA በባንኪንግ እና ፋይናንስ፣ MBA በቢዝነስ ሊደርሺፕ፣ MBA በሪስክና ኢንሹራንስ፣ MSc በኢንተርናሽናል ትሬድ እና ኢኮኖሚክስ ዘርፎች በእውቀት ለመቅረጽ የበቁ ፕሮፌሰሮቻችን አረንጓዴ መብራታቸውን አብርተዋል። በነገራችን ላይ በኬንያ ሀገር ከሚገኙ ስመጥር ዩኒቨርሲቲዎች በሚመጡ ፕሮፌሰሮች የትኩረት መስክ ትምህርቶቹ መሰጠታቸው ልዩ ያደርገናል። በምርጥ የትምህርት ስርዓት የተገነባው ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ በመጀመሪያ ዲግሪ በአቪዬሽን ማኔጅመንት፣ በሆቴል ማኔጅመንት፣ በአካውንቲንግና ፋይናንስ፣ በማርኬቲንግ ማኔጅመንት አስተማማኝ ትምህርት ይገቢውና ራስዎንና ሀገሮን ይለውጡ። አድራሻ 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ህልሞን እውን ያደርጋል።
Okay, so these are the sections format ያየነው ይሄ ነው። If you have any question regarding what I have explained, please you can raise any question. So the report writing format ያልገባው ካለ okay, no questions, yeah? ዝምታ እንግዲህ ያው የለም ማለት ነው። እሺ እንቀጥላለን። We proceed to the other thing. Before that, ከዛ በፊት ግን እስቲ I'm going to ask you one puzzle because this communicative class, by the way. By the way, this language class is different from other subject class because the students should be more free. Actually, in all class you have to be very free, but in language class, because language needs more freedom. Is it clear? ዘና እያላችሁ የምትማሩት ማለት you have to feel at home, okay? So let me give you one puzzle. Let me ask one puzzle. You can write. ጻፉና እስቲ ሞክሩ። ሽልማት አለው. It has a reward, okay? It has a reward. No need to. You can raise your hand and you can answer it, all right? Write it, please. Puzzle በሉና. Puzzle. People will drink. When you answer the question, please raise your hand only, all right? People will drink my milk. People will drink my milk. People will drink my milk, but they never eat my flesh. Who am I? But they never eat. Eat, A-E-A-T. They never eat my flesh. Flesh spelling F-L-E-S-H. My flesh. Who am I? People will drink my milk. People will drink my milk. My milk, but they will never eat my flesh. Who am I? I give you 2 minutes to think of it.
Is it a cow?
Please, እጅ አውጡ ነው ያልኩኝ። ዮርዳኖስ right? Now I have taught you the format, report writing format. እንቀጥላለን እዚሁ ላይ new line, please write down. new line አዲስ መስመር new line. Pointers to score high in report writing. Pointers high to score in report writing. New line number one. New line number one. Use names and pronouns. Okay. Use names and pronouns, comma, bracket, sorry, open bracket, bracket, open bracket, open bracket, I, comma, he, comma, her. I, comma, he, comma, her. Close quotation, close brackets, close brackets. When you write about yourself, when you write about yourself, when you write about yourself, when you write about yourself and others, full stop, full stop. Avoid outdated expressions, avoid outdated informations, avoid outdated informations. Or expressions like open quotation, quotation ክፈቱና open quotation, this officer, close quotation. Expressions like open quotation, this officer, close quotation, and open quotation, the above mentioned person, and the above mentioned person, then close quotation. ከዛ quotation ትዘጋላችሁ. And the above mentioned person, close quotation. Number two, limit yourself to one idea per sentence. Number two, limit yourself to one idea per sentence. Limit yourself to one idea per sentence. New line, አዲስ መስመር, short, comma, short, comma, straightforward sentences are easy to read, comma, understand, and save time for everyone, full stop. Short sentence and its structure in English. Generally begin with a noun. And the primary, yes.
Can you repeat it?
Short sentence and its structure in English generally begin with a noun, and the grammar is simple. Number three, be as clear and specific as possible. Be as clear and specific as possible. Be as clear and specific as possible. Number four, use simple language. Number five, stick to observable facts. Stick, S-T-I-C-K. Stick to observable facts. Number 6. Number 6. Write in paragraphs. Write in paragraphs. Write in paragraphs. Paragraphs. New line at this መስመር. Organizing information in groups. Organizing informations in groups has two important benefits. Has two important benefits. ከፈተንኩባችሁ ማለት ይቻላል. You can comment me if I'm fast. Organizing information in groups has two important benefits. Has two important benefits. Has two important benefits. Full stop. Your report is more logical. Your report is more logical. Your report is more logical, comma, comma. And it is easier to read and understand. It is easier to read and understand. It is easier to read and understand later on. Later on. Later. Later on. Later on. Full stop. Number 7. Number 7. Use active voice. Number 7. Use active voice. Number 8. I'm going to finish it. Number 8. Use bullet style. Use bullet spelling B-U-L-L-E-T, bullet, B-U-L-L-E-T, bullets. Use bullet style. Bullet style. Bullet style. New line at this መስመር. Bullet style is nothing but bullet style is nothing but the style you have probably been. Bullet style is nothing but the style you have probably been writing. Shopping lists. Shopping lists. Shopping lists. Shopping lists. All your life, when your mother asks you, all your life, when your mother, all your life, when your mother asks you to bring something from the grocery shop, when your mother asks you to bring something from the grocery shop nearby. To bring something from the grocery shop nearby. Full stop. Okay, let me explain this one. This is a very important concept too. All right. Pointers to score high in report writing. This means pointers that you need to take into considerations, right, when you write reports, right? In addition to the format, the thing that the first thing that what we have learned is about the formats, right? The formats, later report writing formats. But now these are the necessary things which have to be included under the reports, madam. The first thing, use names and pronouns, right? Use names and pronouns. I, he, her, okay? when you write about yourself and others, and avoid outdated expressions like this officer. What does it mean? When you write a report, you need to avoid expressions like this officer, this manager, the above patient, the above mentioned person, the above mentioned employee, the above mentioned manager or maybe worker or employee. No need to say like this, okay? We are not expected to say like this in the other manner. So you need to avoid, in the case of report writing, such expressions, right? Having this in mind, when you come to the second one, limit yourself to one idea per sentence. It's very crucial, important. Limit yourself to one idea per sentence. Short and straightforward sentences are easy to read. Okay? Since reports is not like essay or it's not like a paragraph, so it has to be brief, short, straightforward, so that the readers can easily read and understand what has been written, right? What has been written. And save time for everyone, okay? When you make it short and precise and come to the point, so that you can save the time for your readers, right? Boring መሆን የለበትም ስትጽፉ ሪፖርት በልኪ መሆን የለበትም እና directly to the point እና short መሆን አለበት። You will appreciate this time saving tip when you are reviewing a report to prepare for an important business meeting. Okay? ይሄ ማለት the longer the sentences, the more likely you are to make an error. It's very good concept. Okay? The longer the sentence is, the more likely you are to make an error. Okay? It's not only for report here, የሚሰራው ለሪፖርት ብቻ ሳይሆን አንዳንድ ተማሪዎች የሆነ መጽሐፍ ሲባሉ ሀሳባቸው መቋጨት አይችሉም። Okay? It's not only for writing, but also to speak, even for presentation, right? Is it clear? ስለዚህ ሀሳብ መቋጨት, the more you write, the more you make error ማለት ነው። ብዙ የጻፈ ሰው ብዙ ይሳሳታል። Is it clear? So as much as possible, just direct to the point, don't make it long, man. Longer sentences are not appreciable. Rather than that, try to use short sentence, right? You know why? You know why also? The more you make the longer sentence, okay, there are different kind of punctuations. So let's you are going to use complicated punctuations, right? Is it clear? Complicated sentence always needs complicated punctuation mark. አረፍተ ነገራችሁ ኮምፕሊኬትድ በሆነ ቁጥር የተለያየ ኮምፕሊኬትድ የሆነ punctuation mark ስለሚጠይቃችሁ ማለት ነው። Okay? This can open the door to sentence errors ማለት ነው, right? This kind of things can open the door to sentence errors. So as much as possible, try to make it short ማለት ነው. This is the concept. Okay? Try to limit yourself to 3 commas per sentence as much as possible. Okay? As much as possible, try to limit yourself to 3 commas per sentence. Because if a sentence has more than 3 commas, it is probably to be what? More complicated, right? And it will not be very easy to understand. Okay, since it uses since it contains usage of punctuation errors, right? Number 3, be as clear and specific as possible. Don't make it vague, man. Vague tagalaችሁ. Don't make it ambiguous, right? Be as clear and specific as possible. Number 4, use simple language. ቅድም ያወራነው ማለት ጃርገን እንዳለው. Use what? Simple language rather than using jargon words or expressions, right? Because simple languages are easy to understand. Number 5, stick to observable facts. This is very important point. Stick to observable facts. Rather than being fictitious, rather than fabricating a report which is false. አንዳንድ ድርጅት ላይ የውሸት ሪፖርት ይጻፋል ማለት ነው። Okay, የውሸት ሪፖርት መጻፍ የለባችሁም. Especially when you be a manager, okay, or when you write a report, you have to write facts, okay? Observable የሚሆን fact ማለት ነው, okay? ለመወለድ ወይም የሆነ ነገር ለመፍጠር ያልሆነ ሪፖርት መጻፍ የለብንም ወይም ሰራተኞቻችን መበደልም የለብንም ሰራተኞቻችን ላይ ሆነ ሪፖርቱ ወይም በድርጅት ላይ የምንሰራው ሆነ ስለዚህ ያ ድርጅት ውስጥ የተደረገውን ኦብዘርቨብል የሚደረግ ፋክት ነው መጻፍ ያለባችሁ ዝክር because report will damage by the way report will save or damage አይደል እንተከላችሁ report will save or damage because after the persons will do the report decisions will be done, okay? Level I can report when you write a report for your boss, okay, for any authorized person, that authorized person after he or she looks at the reports, decisions will be made, okay? Taking to considerations the report that you have done, man. Reporting ግንዛቤ ሰማረክ ውሳኔ ስለሚተላለፍ ስለዚህ ትክክለኛ ውሳኔ ላይ ወሰን ይችላል ማለት ነው እና ሪፖርታችሁ ትክክል ካልሆነ so please as much as possible try to stick to observable facts, okay, when you write a report, okay? I think you are following me. Number 6, write in paragraphs, okay? Write in paragraphs. Organizing information in groups has 2 more important benefits, right? Organizing information in groups has 2 more important benefits. The first benefit is report is more logical and easier to read and understand later on. So, as much as possible, try to organize it, right? Organize information so as to make it more easier to understand. The last one, not the last actually, the 7th one. The 7th one is use active sentence, active voice. Assignments. Active voice. What are assignments that you are? I'll give you assignments. So when you write a report, rather than using passive voice, you are advisable to use an active voice. Okay, active sentence. Last class, by the way, active sentence, passive sentence. I think we end because when you come to reports, rather than using passive, maybe it's advisable to write using active. You know why? Because passive voice is a bit complicated. Passive voice is complicated. So let me say, for example, Hermela, Hermela ስለምትታይ Hermela ምንድነው? ሌላ ሰው ምሳሌ ተስተሽ ካሳው ለምሳሌ for instance, if Kasao wants to write a report, okay, then he can say Mr. Tlahun is advising all the students to participate in the class. Mr. Tlahun is advising all the students to participate in the class. He is active, right? Okay. Now, what the passive scenario? All the students. Let's see. How to change the passive? All the students.
Are invited?
Are
invited? Mr. Clown is inviting no?
Mr. Clown is advising. Advise. All the students are being advised, yeah, to participate in the class by Mr. Clown. Look at this. Ziga Yumano Adam. Let me study. Mr. Clown is advising all the students to participate in the class. It's very simple. Okay, active no matter. Rather than saying all the students are being advised by Mr. Clown. See, is it clear? So rather than using passive, it's advisable to use active because active is very simple, right? Using active is very simple because our target is to convey our message to the reader. ማስተላለፍ ስለሆነ ኮምፕሊኬት ማድረግ የለብንም ማለት ነው ሪፖርቱ Thanks so much. Number 8 is bullet style. I think bullet ታጋላችሁ ነው you know bullet, okay? Bullet style. Bullet style is nothing but the style you have probably been writing shopping lists, you know, እቺን በቀላሉ ላስረዳችሁ ነው bullet styles will be used to list, okay, to list informations, to list what you are going to write, list ለማድረግ ነው okay ለምሳሌ በዚህ ወር ውስጥ in this course National Aviation College National Aviation College may write a report like this. In this college, right, within the past 2 months, okay, the following activities have been done. Okay, below bullet 1, bullet online class has been started. Second, bullet መቀጠል እንችላለን ማለት ነው, right? That's what we mean. So, if you have any question, you can raise, please, on what we have discussed. Yeah, you can. As much as possible, I have tried to explain in a very good way, but if you have any question, you can ask. Questions? So, now this means any student can write a report. Okay. All right. እስቲ ባለፈው አሳይመንት ያስገባልኝ ያለ ተማሪ ያላከልኝ is there any student who didn't submit assignments? Anybody? Okay. Please, those of you who haven't submitted your assignments, and chance is that maybe you can submit till tomorrow, right? After tomorrow, I am not going to check any assignments. Is it clear? Assignment ምንም ቼክ አላደርግም ከነገ በኋላ because already ከሰጧችሁ 15 ቀን አልፎታል. Yes, Lydia, do you remember the assignment, please? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay, yeah, so I will come to you. Okay, Lydia.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the assignment?
The assignment was to write descriptive essay about the Abai River.
Okay. Yeah, to write about Abai River. Hey, descriptive essay. So please try to submit this assignment, okay, as much as possible till tomorrow, okay? So has a question, so we can ask.
እንትን ነው ማለት አንተ ጋር እንደደረሰና እንዳልደረሰ እንዴት እናውቃለን? እኔ አሁን ልኬልህ ነበር።
እሱ ይቅርታ ነው የኔ ችግር ነው። I'm sorry because ለሁሉም እንትን እያልኩ አይደለም ያለሁት እኔ አስተካክላለሁ። እሺ ይበለኝ ይቅርታ ለዛ received thank you ምናምን የሚል ነገር በቃሌ ስጽፍ ነበር የነበረው ግን I will try to that's my problem anyway confirmation እንትን ላለው እሺ ካሁን በኋላ
እሺ
okay is there other person? Okay, ጥያቄ ከሌላችሁ ሪፖርት አንድ አሳይመንት ሰጣችሁ ነው አዳምጡ ይበለም I'm going to give assignments. Let's proceed to the third assignment. Assignment 3 በሉ ነው assignment 3 10% it has 10% right 10 ማርክ አለ 10 ማርክ አለ okay interview any person interview any person and a report interview any person and prepare a report write a report ብትሉ ይሻላል write ይቻላል interview any person and write a report interview any person and write a report based on the informations that you have got full stop don't forget to include don't forget to include the necessary points that we have learned to write a report. The necessary points that we have learned to write a report. Full stop. It will be reported to your instructor. Line report የምታደርጉት ማለት ነው። The report will be written to your instructor. Okay? በቅንፍ ውስጥ ያው ኢንስትራክተር የኔ ስም ታውቃላችሁ ሚስተር ጥላሁን right? ሚስተር ጥላሁን ዋይ ኦኬ ሚስተር ጥላሁን ዋይ the report will be written the report will be made ማለት ይችላልችሁ ሪፖርት የሚደረገው ለጥላሁን ነው ማለት the report will be made I'm sorry for the English the report will be made to your instructor okay and listen to me this is very important question assignment okay what you are going to do now here is ምንድን ነው የምታደርጉት አሁን እናንተ because most of you have no work ብዙዎቻችሁ ሰራተኞች አይደላችሁ ማለት you have no work here yeah? So if it will be like evening class they reported because they are on work but most of you are not working so what you are going to do here is you interview one of maybe your brother sister right any family member or any friend who has work okay ስራ ያለው one who has work okay is it clear so that you can ask him about his work then based on the information that you will get from the person the interview መልኩ ያገኛችሁትን you will compile it and you will write a report all right okay you will write the report after you get the informations okay the necessary informations actually the person has to have a work ስራ ይኖረው ይገባል if the person has no work it's difficult to report to give you information right I don't want any students to download በደንብ አዳምጡኝ please ባለፈውም ስለ ናይል ሪቨር ዳውንሎድ ያደረጋችሁ ልጆች አላችሁ by the way I can easily identify okay an assignment which is downloaded from Google ከጉግል የመጣ assignment በጣም ነው ማቀው next time ነግራችኋለሁ ከጉግል ቀጥታ ፕሪንት ያደረጉ ልጆች አሉ እነሱን አሳውቃችኋለሁ ለብቻቸው okay ዚክር ናይል ሪቨር ብለው ጉግል ያደርጋሉ ከዛ ዳውንሎድ ያደረጉትን ይላኩልኝ ማለት ነው that's ከኢንተርኔት ከጉግል የመጣው እንግሊዝኛ በደንብ ይታወቃል ማለት እሺ እና እኔ ክሪስ ቼክ አደርጋለሁ I can check that ስለዚህ ምን ለማፈልግ ነው I'm sorry to use Amharic what I want to say here is don't download any report okay if you download from internet I smell ይሸተኛል አውቃለሁ ልምድ ስላለኝ I have experience on this okay the target of this is to enable you to write a report በራሳችሁ እንድጽፉ ነው እሺ እንጂ download አድርጋችሁ don't download anything please when I give an assignment not only for me even for other teachers please አንከር ቢያወራው ቆም ብዬ ነው እዚህ ጋር I'm very serious on this stuff I don't want to check anything which has been downloaded and sent to me okay all right so try to have informations please when you ask information try to ask a close person please because sometimes when you ask some people that you don't know that you don't close it might be like spy አንዳንድ ሰዎች ሪፖርት ልጽፍ ነውና አሁን አንድ ድርጅት ሄዳችሁ ሪፖርት ልጽፍና ኢንፎርሜሽን ስጠኝ ብትሉ ላይሰጣችሁ ይችላል አይደል because ምስጥራዊ ነገሮች ሊኖሩ ስለሚችሉ እና ስለዚህ ዓላማው ለትምህርት ስለሆነ የምትቀርቡትን ሰው ብቻ ነው please try to ask a person that you close, maybe your mother, sister, brother, sister, it's clear, any family member. Report to, by the reports will be done especially about the pastor. ስላለፈው ለምሳሌ ባለፈው 2 ወር ምንድን ነው የሰሩት? Zikr. Last 2 months, what did they do? For instance, you can ask, for instance, if you have any close friend here at a National Aviation College, you can ask National Aviation College what they have done the last 2 months, the last 3 months, maybe the last 6 months. We don't care about the time. Maybe the last 1 year, okay? Most of the times, try to ask, the last 3 years, 6 years, like that, 4 years, 2 years, 2 months, 3 months, okay, like that. After that, after you get the information, try to compile it and email to me, having into considerations the technical points that you have learned. One student has asked me, Blaine Seged has asked me, you can refer internet. I'm not saying that don't refer internet. Even I myself refer internet all the time. You can refer internet. You can refer from Google. You can consult Mamakar, Google, but don't copy as it is, okay? Don't copy. Any question, please? I'm sorry, I have talked too much because, it's very important. Any question, please?
Yep, I got a question.
Yes, that book. Question, okay.
Yeah. This assignment, is it the third or the second one?
Thank you, my brother. The first assignment is about Nile River. First assignment, Nile River. The second assignment was presentation, okay? The presentation that you did last time. Right. You did that. The third assignment is this one. Okay, thank you. Have you any question, please, about report writing assignment? Try to ask me, please, if you don't understand how to write.
About what are we going to interview or ask?
You didn't listen?
Oh.
You interview any of your family member or any person, okay? Any person who has work, okay? Who is working right now. After you get informations from that person, then you will make it in report form, okay? Maybe there are some problems which he or she encountered in that company, okay? Maybe there are problems, or there are maybe successful things which have been achieved in that company. So you report to that one, to your instructor.
Oh, good. Main point alone, it's wide.
What I have taught you, you are not going to write maybe 3 page, 4 page, 5 page, right? Is it clear? It has to be short, short, brief. Is it clear? Short, brief. You can check Google, by the way. You can have different formats, okay? If you write on Google how to write a report, sample report writing, the Google can give you, okay? But don't send me that one as it is. I want, things which have been written by yourself. So you can check any format from internet, okay? So, sample formats, you can check sample formats. Other question? No question. All right. Okay. Is there anybody who didn't present presentation in this class? Thank you. Sure.
Mister, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me the chance to present.
You're welcome.
And the topic I chose to present is how can we measure success? To make it clear, first I'll define what success is. We can define success in 2 ways. The first one is the accomplishment of goal, purpose, or aim. And the second one, it can be the attainment of fame, wealth, or job or social status. So, in order to be a successful person, it's very mandatory to measure our success. So, there are 3 major common ways to measure success. It's wealth, happiness, and job status. So when we measure success, it alerts us what we are doing, how much effort we're putting to our goal, and how dedicated we are to our value and purposes. So there are steps, there are a lot of steps, but since we don't have time, I just chose 3. The first one is we have to discover our value. In order to measure our success, first we have to discover what our value is. We have to compare ourselves to ourselves, not to anyone. And we have to do things what we want, not what other wants us to do. And the second one is we have to measure what's hard to measure. What I wanted to say is, for instance, if we take a rich person, a bank account or capital, we know how much money they have, but we don't know what's going inside their head, whether they're happy or sad or what they're feeling. I mean, we have to be, in order to be successful, as I said earlier, happiness is one of the measures. So we have to measure what's hard to measure. And the third one is measure the outcome, not the process. In order to be a successful person, we will definitely face a lot of failures. There will be a lot of obstacles. So we have to measure the outcome. We don't have to stop thinking the failure or the obstacle. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it. It shows me that, it tells me that how much you have already to present. Really wonderful presentation. It's good. But I have a question. How can you measure the outcomes?
The outcomes,
how can you measure?
For example, as I said, everybody should have a goal. I have a goal in my way, and I want to be one person one day. So when I do things today that will lead me to the person I want for the future, I have to think that place, the place I kept myself for the future. If I think that I'll face so many no's, or you can't, or you're weak, if I think about that, it's gonna let me to fall. So I think where I will be for the future. What my
However, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Have you ever measured your outcomes in such a way yourself?
No, I never measured, to be honest. But
what's the advantage? What the advantage of doing such thing? Because you have come up, with a good point, even if you didn't make it practical.
And I was going to say that what I said was I never measured that way, but I always think of myself where I want to be for the future. And when you think that, the obstacles you face, the failures and the opinions people give you that will lead you to fail, it's going to be like normal. You just think of your success for like where you will be in the future. So that's what you have to think, I think.
Okay. What kind of source have you used to prepare yourself for this presentation? Nardos issue. Nardos and Dana.
Firstly, thank you for this chance, Mr. Hassan.
You're welcome.
I will present about cause of divorce. The first cause of divorce is cheating. If the couples are not honest for their marriage, that is going to be honest for their marriage. And the second is not being processed for marriage life. When we say this, if we get married, encourage we might not be happy by the marriage, so it's clear to be happy by the marriage. Thirdly, lack of intimacy, not feeling connected to your partner can quickly run in marriage.
I'm going to present about causes of divorce. The first one is lack of communication, which means like they are not able to talk freely with each other and keeping secret from each other. And the second one is lack of money or financial problem.
I think you are reading, yeah?
Which
you are reading. I need presentation.
No, I'm not reading.
Okay.
Okay. Lack of money or financial problem, which means financial problem may lead the couples to some kind of stress, and when they are not able to handle this kind of stress, the couples may lead to some kind of damage. It may lead to some kind of damage on their marriage. So they will decide to blow up their marriage finally. And the third one is getting married by family force, which means their family want them to marry because of their business relation or work with the other family, so that they can keep their business safe. They will force their children to marry each other ማለት ነው. Sorry for the አማርኛ. And another one is getting married by the early age or ደግሞ lack of preparation, which means like lack of preparation. They are not matured enough to handle the outcome of their marriage. So they will decide to finally let go of their marriage. And cheating. Cheating is cheating. Another ምንድን ነው? በቃ these are the causes of divorce.
Okay, what's the solution for the problem that you have mentioned? Do you have any solution? What's the solutions for what you have said before? Solutions.
The solutions. I think the first I mentioned the first cause of divorce is lack of communication. So if they can't able to communicate like freely and talk about it, I think they can solve their problem. I think so.
Okay, very good. This means you have been very ready. Actually, you have got, a lot of times, days actually to get yourself ready. Actually, good. Okay. Miftah. Very good. Other students?
I chosen what do you do when you get stressed, and I'm gonna be present about that. When I get stressed, my first option is praying, and then I use relaxation techniques such as yoga, meditation, and the deep breathing. Activities that body's relaxation response a state of restfulness, and then that is polar opposite of the stress responses. And when I practice regularly, this activity can reduce my everyday stresses and level and the boost feeling of joy and serenity.
Yes. Yes.
አይሰማም ሚስተር?
ይሰማል። Please go ahead.
እሺ. I chosen what do you do when you get stressed? And then when I get stressed, my first optional is praying, and I use relaxation techniques such as yoga, meditation, and deep breathing. Activities that body's relaxation response a state of restfulness, and that is the polar opposite of the stresses response. When practiced regularly, these activities can reduce my everyday stress, and I lives in the best feeling of joy and serenity.
Okay, it's good. Because of this COVID-19, some people or students are stressed since they spend their time at home. So what do you advise for these people to relieve from their stress?
Just believing God in the praying.
Okay. Okay, it's okay. Relate good. Very good. Other students, thanks so much. This much is enough for today.
ልዩነት መፍጠር ዓላማችን ነው። ዓለም አቀፍ ተወዳዳሪ መሆን አለባችሁ። የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ጥራትና ደረጃውን የጠበቀ ስልጠና በመስጠት ብቁ ዜጋ እያፈራን ነው። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን፣ በበረራ መስተንግዶ፣ በቲኬቲንግና ሪዘርቬሽን፣ በሆቴልና ቱሪዝም ሙያዎች አሰልጥነን ተወዳዳሪ እናደርጉታለን። ኮሌጃችን ካናዳ ከሚገኘው ኢንተርናሽናል ኤር ትራንስፖርት አሶሲዬሽን አያታና ከእንግሊዙ ICM ጋር በመተባበር ዓለም አቀፍ ዕውቅና ያለው ስልጠና እየሰጠ ይገኛል። በፍላይት ኦፕሬሽን በበረራ መስተንግዶ የምንሰጣቸው ስልጠና ከኢትዮጵያ ሲቪል አቪዬሽን ባለስልጣን ሙሉ ዕውቅና አለው። አድራሻ ከጎላጉል ታወር 22 አደባባይ ወደ ሾላ በሚወስደው መንገድ ላይ የናሽናል ኤርዌይስ እህት ኩባንያ ናሽናል አቪዬሽን ኮሌጅ ህልሞን